Mississippi. Yes, ma'am. Welcome to Full Plate. We've got a lot to get to today. First of all, Biggest Loser, Patrick House, takes over Full Plate. He tells us what it took to win and what it takes to maintain a huge amount of weight that he lost on the show. And then I let him take over the kitchen. He shows me how to make a really light and fantastic main course and dessert. And finally, if you're celebrating Lent, we've got an idea that'll keep the fish a little bit lighter than your standard fish fry, all today on Full Plate. It's just like the song says. I'm Rebecca Regnier, and I'm really glad you're here. I had a really great opportunity this week to meet and spend some time with Season 10 Biggest Loser winner, Patrick House. This Mississippi boy took the place by storm when he went to California and basically competed for 3 months on The Biggest Loser and emerged the Biggest Loser winner. I've always wanted to know the behind the scenes of what it takes. So he sat down with me just a day or two ago right here in this kitchen to talk about what it was like to become the Biggest Loser winner. Take a listen to Patrick House.
When I left Mississippi to go to California to start filming Biggest Loser Season 10, I was just over 420 pounds. And almost a size 60-inch waist pants. I tried numerous diets, Weight Watchers, the crazy, like the Hollywood cookie diet, all those wild diets. And you know, the one thing that I found was I had success with the Weight Watchers. I lost weight, but as soon as I got off the program, I kind of went back to my old ways. Here comes the weight back plus some.
Yeah. So what was the selection process for your season? You know, because they do different things for different seasons. What did they do to get you?
All right, you know, for me, auditioning for Season 10 of The Biggest Loser, I went down to New Orleans to an open casting call and just went through the process. And I realize now that they've told us that there was over 350,000 people that auditioned for Season 10.
Oh my God.
And so, I mean, I was selected as one of the 16 that made the show, which is, it's kind of like winning the healthcare lottery, basically.
How long are you actually on the ranch with the show?
We started our journey June the 1st, and I was on the ranch 3 months. And those 3 months, you know, being away from home, there's no contact with the outside world. There's no TV, there's no phone, there's no internet. So you're there, you focus solely on yourself, and you work on losing as much weight as you possibly can in the amount of time that you're actually on the ranch.
So in those 3 months, what was your weight loss?
My weight loss on the show was before I left to come home for the finale part, it was right at 120 pounds. Even if I lost 100 pounds, I was still morbidly obese at over 320 pounds. And so it was all about, you know, breaking down those barriers and just getting started. And when you take it day by day and you take small little baby steps towards the big goal, all those little small steps add up to the really big change, and that's hitting your goal. Early on in the show, I had a plan going in, and I understood that the Biggest Loser, it's a great show. It saves people's lives and it gives you a second chance at life. But at the end of the day, it's a game. I mean, and it's as much of a social game as it is a weight loss game. And so I knew going in that if I went out there and every week I was the top dog every week from the very beginning, all I was going to do was I was going to start with a little target and it was going to get bigger and bigger and bigger until finally when they had the chance, they voted me out. And so if you watch the show, like the first half, I was never the Biggest Loser of the week. I was just kind of in the middle of the road, hanging in, you know, good old Southern boy Patrick that everybody liked, you know, never really drawing attention to myself. But then the last 6 weeks when we were on the ranch, I was the Biggest Loser 3 or 4 times during those last 6 weeks.
So you didn't get the risk of being gone.
Exactly. And so by the time that they realized, like, oh wait, Patrick has a chance to he's really rolling.
Yeah.
By that point, I was really rolling and hitting my stride, and there was really nothing they could do about it.
What's about the show do we not know as viewers when we're watching it? Is there some, like, I always wonder what they're eating. Like, I think, okay, I see the exercise is really intense. Is there, I would love to know what you ate every single day. What was your calorie? They should show well, I'm actually only eating 1,500 calories every day.
Right.
1,000 or whatever. I feel like that's a part that I wish I knew more when I'm watching this show.
Right, and it is a part that they almost kind of, I don't know that they, for reasons they don't show or whatever, we meet with nutritionists and we meet with doctors, and they kind of give us a set calorie intake, and then we meet with Bob and Jillian and they give us their suggested calorie intake. And then it's really, I mean, it's up to us. I mean, we're adults. If you want to eat nothing but a cheese stick every day, do it. You know, I mean, if you want to do 2,000 calories, do that. It's up to us to make our decision, and we're responsible for cooking all of our own food. There's no
I wondered about
there's
that.
no chef or anything.
Okay.
It's all us. You know, whenever we leave the ranch, if we're going out to go film a challenge or film something off property, it's up to us to pack our own meals and take the food with us that we have to eat.
Anything else that we wouldn't know as viewers about what your life is like on that ranch?
You know, one of the other kind of big points that I always found interesting was when I got to the ranch and I landed there and I'm going, all right, holy mackerel, I'm on the Biggest Loser ranch. I'm about to start this journey. From the way they cut and edit the show, you would think Bob and Jillian are there, like living in the house with us, working out every day, 6-8 hours, and it's not. I mean, Bob and Jillian are there a couple of days a week for 3 or 4 hours, and they get all the footage for all the episode from those 2 workouts.
Right.
And so the rest of the time, when we're not filming an interview or anything, or eliminations, challenges, it's up to us to get out and get our exercise done and burn those calories off to lose the weight to stay there. So Bob and Jillian are there, but just a couple of days a week. The rest of the time, you got to dig deep and motivate yourself to get out and do it.
You win the darn thing, and we've seen the ups and downs. Some people just go right back to their old ways. Some people turn it into a career, or like Allie. I mean, she's got a show, but she still struggles every day too. So what has your life been like? How have you stayed this fit, and how have you stayed from, the rebound? Anybody can lose weight. Anybody can lose weight. It's keeping it off.
That's right. And I never believed Bob and Jillian when they used to always tell us, it's hard when you're 400 pounds and you're on a treadmill and you're out of breath and you can't hardly move, and they're going, this is the easy part. This is the, you're like, come on, what are you talking about? But I mean, I fully believe now. I mean, losing the weight is the easy part. The hard part and the real challenge is the maintenance and keeping the weight off and staying at that healthy goal weight. And for me, after the show, I could have come home and gone right back into my old job, or going back into what I was doing, or go back to my old ways. But I chose to make a run at a career with this, with doing motivational speaking, with having book tours and book signings, and going all over the country and motivating and inspiring people all over to begin their own journey. Yeah. And it's been a really good accountability thing for me to stay accountable to myself. Because if a gym in, say, Mr. Himmelgarn here that owns Super Fitness in Toledo, if he had hired me to come in and speak to his people, all his members, so he has all his members come in, and they're waiting to see this guy Patrick that won the Biggest Loser, and in walks this 350-pound person, and I'm going, hey, I won the Biggest Loser, but I went home and I gained all my weight back, but I did lose weight, and you can do it too, but don't do it like I did. So like I knew that if I was going to make a real run at being a motivational speaker, I was going to have to live the life and preach that lifestyle of I'm doing it and I'm staying on top of it.
So he is staying on top of it, and when we come back, he's going to show us, I swear, the easiest dinner and dessert you can possibly make while you stay on your diet. Don't go away. All right, welcome back. You just saw how Patrick House went on this journey to win the Biggest Loser. He was here visiting with us this week, and so we got kind of the insider information on how he did it. But now his life is all about traveling and public speaking and going from hotel to airplane to hotel. This is a huge challenge when it comes to health and fitness. So I wanted to find out just what kind of snacks or kind of tools he's got in his toolkit to make it through travel without totally blowing your commitment to a healthy lifestyle. Take a look at what he's got in his bag of tricks. Okay, so you travel all the time and you have some tools in your carry-on bag to help you get through, because when you're traveling, it's so easy to forget about what your goals are. So what do you travel in your, what do you travel with in your bag?
Well, so when I'm traveling, and I have a layover in the airport, and the first thing you see when you look up is a Dunkin' Donuts or a Pizza Hut or something, right? I know I can't have any of those. I'm in the airport. I've got my layover. I'm traveling. I need to stay focused on my diet, and so I pack things in my bag when I have my carry-on bag, and my carry-on bag is I don't check it at the plane. I mean, it's like when I get on the plane, it's mine.
Right. You got football.
So it's either under the seat in front of me, or it's there. And that keeps me, when they come down the aisle and they're giving out cookies or pretzels or peanut, whatever, it keeps me to say, no, you know what, I have my own stuff. And so I pack things that will give me, if I'm having a sweet craving, I have protein bars, peanut butter protein bars, oatmeal raisin cookies that are
the specific portion control, right?
Exactly. And these are are all protein products. This cookie it's a cookie, but it's a 15 grams of protein in the cookie, and it's low calorie, low sugar. And so I have these. I can get my sweet tooth from an apple or grapes, orange, so fruit. I love carrying individually packaged already almonds. Portioned out, so I know when if I got a can of almonds and I'm sitting on a plane, I'm gonna eat the whole can. But if I have it in a portion control bag, this is what I get. And so these are my 180 calories, this is it. And so you eat these almonds. I also like taking, these are actually ostrich jerky sticks. This is a ready-made protein shake.
Oh, it's powder, so.
So the powder's in there. All I do is wherever I am, whether I'm in the airport, if I'm in the car somewhere, you add water to the top of the label, shake it up, and it's a 15-gram protein shake that's low sugar, low carb, low calorie.
So you're prepared.
I am ready for anything. So if I have a craving for something sweet, something salty, if I need a shake, anything, I've got it right here.
You got it all.
I'm ready for it.
Okay, you need to take away from this 2 things. Portions. He takes specific portions with him, and protein. P&P, portions and protein when you're traveling, and keep that in your bag and don't let them take it. All right, he also cooked for us, and sometimes I find we get too complicated and it's intimidating. It's so easy just to grab a frozen meal. He showed us 2 things that are easy as pie, but not as fattening. Take a look.
It's such an easy dinner, and the great thing about its cleanup is, you throw the bag away. So this is a Ziploc Steam Fresh bag, and it's so simple to open up the bag. You take a piece of chicken or fish. I use both, and it goes straight into the bag. You can, right then, if you want to add any kind of spices, seasoning, I like to use like no MSG, Mrs. Dash seasonings. And the great thing about the Steam Fresh bag is you can look on the side, it'll tell you. So right here, you look on your chicken, 8-ounce boneless, skinless chicken, 1 breast, frozen, thawed, how long to cook it. So it says 3 minutes. I usually go a little bit longer. So we'll go 3, we'll put it in for 4 and see how it looks. But it's literally take it in the bag, throw it in the microwave. Straight in the microwave. 4 minutes. And let it go.
Beauty.
We've got this bag of steamed vegetables. If you look at the back, 3.5 servings in this bag. Well, 1 serving is only 30 calories.
So you're talking
right at 100 calories for this entire bag. And then when you look at it, how many vegetables come out of this bag that go on this plate?
Come on, that is a really
And so now, when you look at your dinner,
it's generous.
Does that look at all like you're being deprived?
No, it's very generous. And you did it all in the microwave. You could, in fact, even do this at, I'm thinking, work lunch.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, ma'am. One of the things that I used to do when I cooked meals, and I'm sure everybody's done the same thing, is while I was cooking meals, I was constantly eating it. And so by the time I actually sat down to my meal, I had eaten a meal basically already at the stove cooking.
What's the solution to that? Honestly, this is my biggest problem.
So,
I eat good all day. I'm gonna make this good dinner, but then I'm snacking while making dinner and I feel totally defeated and the whole day feels like a total waste. What is the solution?
So here's my easy trick, and I do it all the time. In my cabinet, next to my spices, I keep a can of gum that like you buy in the grocery store, has like 50 or 60 pieces of gum. So then, as soon as I start cooking, the first thing I do when I reach to get my spices down is I get that can of gum and I put gum in my mouth.
So you've got
so
that,
while I'm cooking, I'm chewing gum.
Smart.
So that way I'm not snacking.
Love it.
Multigrain waffles, standard 80, 90 calorie multigrain waffles. So this is for our dessert part of dinner, straight into the toaster. Nice and easy. We're gonna let those toast up and brown and get done. And once those are done, we have our chicken that just came out of the microwave, our veggies are going. I get 4 strawberries, and strawberries are between 6 and 10 calories a piece. So bigger ones, you figure high. And I just get my bowl, and I'll get my 4 strawberries. And I don't cut them like super small, just small enough to where when you cut them, it's not just putting strawberry halves in there. It looks like you have
a little bit of a chunk.
A lot more than just 4 strawberries.
Gotcha.
And it works out good, because then when you look in there, you're going, oh, I don't have just 8 little small pieces of strawberry. You've got a whole bunch of strawberries in there.
Tricking yourself a little bit.
Right, and that's, a lot of it is a mind thing. It's
don't
making
want to feel
yourself
deprived.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Just take your waffles, you cut them, and you're just going to break them in small pieces and put it in.
Oh my gosh! I didn't know we're going. I'll really like it. It's almost like a crumble.
My kids call it strawberry short waffles.
Love it. Strawberry short waffles.
So strawberry short waffles. So you have your low calorie, 90 calorie waffles. There's, you know, multi-grain, and they're going straight in on top of your strawberries. And so you've got your waffle, strawberry, give it a little toss, mix it up a bit, make it pretty.
Cute.
And then our all loving friend, Mr. Fat Free Cool Whip.
Mr. Fat Free.
And the good thing, 2 tablespoons of Cool Whip is 15 calories. So I mean, you can get.
So you can do 3.
You could do 3, but you put in your Cool Whip here. And you could get technical and get your measuring spoon and really make sure you're getting your two tablespoons. But as long as you get relatively close,
you do okay.
You're doing good. So now you've got your chicken. We can figure on the high side. Say we've got 200 calories of chicken. We've got basically 100 calories of vegetables. So we're at 300 calories right here on this plate. We've got 90 calories in our waffle. We've got roughly 35 or 40 calories in our strawberries. And then we've got 15 calories in the Cool Whip.
This will fill you up. You won't feel deprived. It's easy. There's nothing highfalutin and difficult to figure out. Sometimes when I see a lot of ingredients, I'm like, ugh.
That's right.
That is. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. All right. Thank you. Congratulations. And you can get your book called Big as a House.
Yes, ma'am.
Where can we find that?
On my website, biggestloserpatrick.com. I've actually got a copy right over here. I'll show you. My wife and I released this book in the last summer, and it highlights my journey on The Biggest Loser. It talks about my wife's journey of how she lost 50 pounds at home, balancing a full-time job with the boys. And it's got diet tips, exercise tips, food journaling, things of how I kept up with all of it. And it's on my website, biggestloserpatrick.com. You can get it. We'll ship it out. And it's all the proceeds of the book sales go to fund my program I do for kids in elementary and middle schools.
Come on. How nice is that?
Yes, ma'am.
Very nice. All right. Yes, ma'am. Don't you love that? Yes, ma'am. Okay, so I want to show you real quickly. These are fantastic products. He uses them, and now I've kind of become a convert. They're these steamer bags from Ziploc, and you can do the frozen foods, and you can also do fresh fruits, vegetables, meat. It explains how long to cook them in the bag. Now, he didn't put seasoning in them, but I highly recommend you add a little salt, a little pepper, a little Mrs. Dash, and you have got the easiest dinner in the history of dinners. Okay, so Ziploc steamer bags. You see that there? I am not getting paid. Ziploc does not know I exist. But I really enjoyed these, and I think they really offer no excuse why you can't give it a try. You're not going to mess it up. You're going to do it, and it's going to be just fine. All right, when I come back, the very last thing we want to do is talk about Lent. A lot of us do the fish fry on Friday, and we need an alternative. Well, I have got a fisherwoman's special recipe for you. There's my friend Josee. She's going to show me how to cook up some grouper. All right, welcome back. It is the Lenten season for Catholics, and one of our traditions is to observe meatless Fridays, but we eat fish. I don't know why we can eat fish, but we can. A lot of people go for the fish fry at the local church, and I love the fish fry, and I really encourage you to go to the fish fry and see your friends and all that. But you can't do a fish fry all the time. We got to come up with some other ideas for fish. Well, I have a really good friend, Josee Lanzi. We were in a food competition one time a couple years ago. There she is. She lives in the Gulf Coast of Florida. She's got a website called Off the Hook and On the Plate. She goes and catches the fish herself, and then she goes in the kitchen and explains how the best ways are to prepare that fish that she catches. She is a true total woman. There she is catching the fish. Amazing, right? So this is in the Gulf Coast of Florida. She catches grouper a lot, and so she gave me a recipe for grouper. I went over to the Kroger, caught me up a grouper. Actually, it's tilapia, but let's just pretend it's grouper, super grouper. And Josee kind of told me what to do with this fish, and the woman knows her stuff. So the very first thing we're going to do, I've got my front burner kind of going here. She's got a light touch with this, which is what I asked her to do. She puts only 2 tablespoons of butter in the pan and a little bit of olive oil. Josee and I met when we were in a competition for one Miss Paula Dean. So the way Paula says it, you know, butter and bolognese. I can't say it that way. But at any rate, that's what you put in, a very light touch. And then she seasons this. This is called lightly blackened grouper with orange sauce, or I guess you could say grouper à l'orange, right? So then she takes her grouper, tilapia, she seasons it with a little bit of sea salt, okay? She seasons it with, she's got blackened seasoning. I had to go with a Cajun seasoning because, again, you know, where you are, different stores have different things. But she seasons her grouper. We're going to probably do 4 fillets, probably 4 6-ounce fillets. You just want to season them before you get them in the pan. Like I said, hers is the freshest. The best possible way to go is right from the boat and onto the pan. But it's cold outside. I'm not going to go ice fishing. We've got all the ingredients there up on the screen. So we've got our butter and oil heated up a little bit, and we're going to put it in the pan. Basically, with this dish, you are going to take about 6 minutes on each side. So I'm not going to have time to get the whole thing done, but that's what you do. I'm going to put that in there and let those sit there. Don't monkey with them. That's also one of Josee's little bits of advice. Once you get it in there, I don't want it to stick, but let her go as it's cooking. Okay, so then this is the sauce that she got. I've got to kind of look at my ingredients here. She basically takes a little bit of half and half. Because I'm always worried about my diet and light business, she's got half and half as opposed to full cream. And then she also has, the two of us met in a cream cheese competition. A cream cheese competition. Did you ever think that exists? Well, it does. And you put 2 ounces or 2 tablespoons of cream cheese. Because I'm all into the light, we picked the light cream cheese, and Josee says that is just fine. So you're basically melting this kind of creamy sauce, okay? As that melts, you're going to add a little bit of dry white wine to this mixture. And it's going to take a little bit of time to melt down. So, yeah, I got my burner on. The thing with Josee is she's also French Canadian. So I want you to go to her channel, and it's called offthehookOnThePlate.com, and she's got her own kind of cooking show right there. It's really fun because you get to see her catch those fish and then put them on the pan. So what that accent is, when I first met her, I'm like, what is that? And she's got a real French Canadian flair to what she presents. I'm going to flip these to see if they're light and flaky. They're not quite done, but I want you to see both sides. And that is what they look like. I'm going to touch that one. Okay, so those continue to go, and this has melted pretty good in this pan. Where's my other spoon? Okay, there it is. Once that has melted, we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of cilantro. That, by the way, is optional. That's up to you. I just had my director say he's not a fan of all this cilantro. So that is your own situation, okay? And then we're going to put a little bit of orange juice in there, okay? Now, all these recipes are on her site, but she let me share this one on ours as well, so it's fullplate.tv. While this is going, we're also going to cut up. I knew I had a knife somewhere. Where's my knife? Okay, anyways, we're going to cut up an orange and put it in there. Where'd my knife go? I guess I'll get another one. Hold on. Just look above. Look at the pans from above. Okay, so there they are. We're still going. She takes a little bit of orange, bits of orange, into this recipe. And the orange just makes it look really, really pretty. So that goes into the sauce as well. The sauce doesn't take long. Once you get everything melted down, once you get your cream cheese melted down, you can add the other ingredients. But because I don't have all the time that I need to have, because I talk too long with Patrick House, because you know sometimes I just talk too long, you're not going to see the finished product on my plate, but we're going to see a picture of it in just a minute. So anyway, she does about 2 oranges. She chops up 2 oranges and puts them in her sauce. And like I said, Josee knows how to plate something too to make it look really pretty. So as I cut these up and put them in the sauce, let's take a picture of what this finished product is supposed to look like. That is what she does, okay? And I'm still cutting my oranges up. Is it orange or orange? How many syllables in the word orange? I don't know. So, all right, there's my sauce. If we can see from above again, that's just going to take another minute or 2, okay? And there's my fish, which, believe it or not, is just about done. Again, she picks grouper. This is called lightly blackened grouper with orange sauce, and again, try to get grouper at the store or catch it yourself. Either way, the recipe is on fullplate.tv, and please, please, please visit her site, Off the Hook on the Plate with Josee Lanzi. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Facebook.